recording, okay?
Okay, so let's get going. February 21. I am interviewing Michael Strada virtually over WebEx. The interviewers are myself, Jillian Maynard, and Brian Matsky, working with Central Connecticut State University. Also present are Kelly Clavette, our VHP intern, and Shauna Isidoro, the Certified Therapeutic Recreational Specialist at Filosa Nursing and Rehab Center. So, Mike, can you please state your full name and city and state in which you live?
Your full name
Michael Strada.
and the city.
That's my full name.
And
When I got confirmed, I used Joseph, but I dropped it, so it's just Michael Strada.
and the city and state where he was born or where he lives.
The what?
Where you are now.
Where I am?
The city and state.
Connecticut.
That's the state. What about the city?
Oh, I always forget that. Danbury. Oh, Danbury. I know that. I thought you meant the place where I'm
Oh.
staying.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No. All right. So in which ward did you serve?
Repeat.
In which ward did you serve?
World War II.
And were you drafted or did you enlist?
Repeat.
Were you drafted or did you enlist?
Let me put it this way. I was working in a munitions plant before I went into the Navy, and the Army sent me the papers to get drafted, but I didn't want to go in the Army. I wanted the Navy, so I asked if I could go into the Navy. So they picked me out as fine. It was all right to go into the Navy. And enlisted. I think I was they sent me to Virginia to do my training. I trained in Virginia for 3 months. And
do you know roughly what year this was?
What year?
1942. 1942. And after my 3 months was up training, I trained out in California for 3 months with the Navy. And then the Navy said we put us on a train, a group. No. First they sent me to the East River. Sent us to the East River, and they gathered us in companies, and they shipped us out to California. It took like 5 days by train. All we did was sit, and it was very dirty, the train, traveling way to California. We just slept on the train, and we finally got out to a place called Port Hueneme. I guess you never heard of it. Port Hueneme was in California, and we we trained at. They put us out in 4 companies. We had A, B, C, and D. My outfit had 4 companies. I was in company A, and then there was company B, company C, and company D. Company C and D, when they finally shipped us out from California, uh, they shipped half of us to a place out on the islands, uh, and they shipped the other half to what's that drink? Bottled drink. Place, an island. C and D was shipped to an island in the Pacific, and we were shipped to another, uh, to the Solomon Islands, uh, uh, place called the Solomon Island, and it was the island we were on was Guadalcanal. You might have heard of it, Guadalcanal, and we our job out there in the Navy was we we built tents. We built tents, and each company had its own tent, to live in. I think there was 6 of us in one tent. Some of this might have skipped my mind, but I'm pretty sure uh, they we 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 lived on the island Guadalcanal with and our job was when these ships came in with supplies, we supplied the Navy, the Army, the Marines with ammunition, food, clothing, and we did the back work in unloading the ships, you know, and that was our job. We sweated, sweated during. I think our our company did 4 shifts, like 8 in the morning to 12 noon, 12 noon to anyway, it was 8 hour, 8 hour, and we did it in shifts. Like sometimes we worked the daytime, and sometimes we worked nighttime, and we, like I said, we unloaded all the supplies, and we lived on the island. So we it was just this one island where we started, Guadalcanal, and then every different day they sent us to different islands, and we worked on those islands. Off, little boats came in, took us off the ship, and took us back to the ship where we unloaded supplies, and did that for. Well, I was out there. I was oh about 2 years. We did that. Now, I'm going to tell you a story, which is my favorite story on the island in the Pacific, Guadalcanal. Uh, One day it was daytime, and we were outside on the grounds working, doing something, and this a Jeep pulled up to our camp where we were staying. And I saw on the front of the Jeep uh, the, the words Photo Squadron, 17 Photo Squadron. But first, I want to tell you uh, my brother, he was in the Army. He got drafted in the Army, and he was already in the Pacific. Where I was, he was out there a year already. He worked for the Air Force as a maintenance man. And when I went out, my brother was in the was he over there a year already, and we used to write each other, and he used to send uh, our letters photographed in small print to each other, the ones we wrote, and they censored it. What they didn't want us to say, they censored. And anyway, this one day, I when we were working outside, uh, this Jeep pulled up to our camp, and like I said, I noticed this Jeep. It had on it Photo Squadron, and it didn't hit me right away. It said Photo Squadron. It's familiar. 17 Photo Squad, and all of a sudden I jumped 6 feet in the air. That's where my brother is. You know, where he's stationed, and he worked in the airport on Guadalcanal while I was about 25 miles up the island where we were working. So I went up to these two Army guys that were in the Jeep. I told them, "Do you know my brother?" They said, "Oh, yeah, sure. We, we're with him every day." And I said, will you send a message to him when you get back to your camp? Send a message to him. Then I'm going to try to go down and visit him. So when I told my commanding officer about the visit, I said, "Can I have the day off to go see my brother?" He said, "Yeah, take the day off." So I had a hitch ride with these Army Jeeps picked me up and took me to the airport. And we went, when we saw each other, we had a big celebration. You know, they were they worked for the uh, for the Air Force, and they were allowed to have whiskey, the officers. So they were given some whiskey so we could celebrate. We, we had a nice gathering together. Yeah, uh, that was our visit to Guadalcanal. Then they shipped us to a place, another island called Bougainville, Bougainville, and my brother was also shipped to that island. And on that island they had a volcano, and he was right on the ocean, and the sand. It wasn't white sand. It was all the sand was all black from the volcano, black smoke, and we uh, we spent a little time on the island together until we got shipped to different islands. Then I didn't see him anymore. He he got shipped to other islands. In fact, he got shipped to Manila, Manila in the Philippines. The, they put us on a big, when we was sent to the Philippines, they put us on a convoy, 500, 500 ships in this convoy. And in the middle of the 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 convoy, we got attacked by Japanese planes. You know, I got the copy of what the captain, the log, where we were attacked for like I forgot how many hours he wrote every hour down that we were attacked by Japanese. And I remember I was that day, one of the days I was on duty in the kitchen, and my duty was to after we ate, we we took the garbage and I think we threw it in the ocean. I remember it, but and that was it. We were all, everyone that was in that convoy took a chance of going, getting attacked. And after 2 years, after 2 years, yeah, this is another how it's a coincidence. But after like 2 years, we were he already had he spent 3 years out there. I did too, and uh, when we got shipped, I got shipped back uh, to California. They could sent us back to the States, California, and I was in a place called Treasure Island in California, Treasure Island. But oh, I did I didn't tell you my experiences before I went out to this island. We were in uh, we were in camp in California, and we had weekend leave. Like on Saturday and Sunday, and when we had to leave, we just went out, did what we wanted. And they had a place you might have heard of it, USO, USO for the servicemen, and there's this USO in Hollywood. Oh, that's where we went. When we went on Liberty, they call it Liberty. We went to Hollywood, and we were amazed. We saw all the people that we used to see in the movies. It was a big thrill for us to see all those people. And when you go into the USO, yeah, they have a band, all professional people come in, sing, act, and whatnot, and you could go up, and these hostesses were uh, girls, ladies that volunteered for the USO. They you could go up to the ladies in the USO, tap them on the shoulder. Can we dance? And they danced with us. We had a lot of famous ladies that I remember some of them, and we sat down and talked with the movie actors. We used to see on the screen, you know. It was something great, and you could go out in the street, and me try to make out with the girls and things like that. and and it was amazing that every when you walked along the street, all the people come on and have a drink. Everybody was inviting, the servicemen. Come on and have a drink. So I would stop in sometime, have a beer with somebody invited me, and we had it was a big thrill to see all these famous people, and we did our training. We the way we trained out in California, it's funny. Uh, they had this big camp with these big gasoline drums, 100 proof gasoline that the Navy used for the planes, you know, and we had these rifles, no ammunition, and we all night or all day and say, uh, uh, yell. I forgot how many feet apart we were, and we could yell if something happened. So one night I remember, which wasn't so funny, when they fed us some meatloaf, and when I was doing my duty with the rifle, uh, I felt sick, so sick, and when we had trouble, we would yell to the next guard, corporal of the guard was there, and they would come. We tell them we were sick, and the whole the whole company got sick. They ate the meatloaf. I never forget that. That wasn't so funny. That that was very sickening. I never forgot how many they call it sick bay. How many days I was in sick bay with the food poisoning. Anyway, after time was up training in California, they shipped us out to an island called New Caledonia. It's about it's about 500, 700 miles from Australia. And every once in a while, when they sent you for a rest, they would send you to like New Zealand or Australia. It was nice if you could get it. And we were hoping they would do that, but no, they sent us in this, like I said, this convoy to the Philippines. Then, uh, about, like I said, 2 years I was out there. Uh, they, oh, we could, the war ended while we were out there. First of all, they were gonna, they sent us back to the States, but not to get discharged, but to train again, and we were supposed to go out to the Pacific again, and all of a sudden the war in Europe ended. Europe, VE Day. Everybody, the whole world got shook up, celebrated. We had so happy the war ended. Uh, uh, Somehow, instead of get discharged, they said that they were going to send us back to the islands again. But uh, They sent us to in Rhode Island, a place called Davisville, Rhode Island, and I was doing kitchen duty out there, and they said instead of sending us out when the war ended, instead of sending us out, they discharged us. So I got discharged from California, and my brother got discharged from the Philippines. This is the coincidence. I'll never forget the date on the button was October 29th. When discharged, I I I had to find my way by train back to the States. All of us did, and it was like another 5 days traveling by train, you know. And October 29th, oh, they shipped us from Rhode Island to the east side. The ships in New York on the east side, and they discharged us from there. And I got discharged, I'll never forget it, October 29th. And I took the train back to, I was discharged, so I went back home. And when I got to home, my brother got discharged too, and exactly the same day. Unbelievable. October 29th, we got home the same day. And after that, when I spent some days in California, and there's the pictures there. Did you show them the pictures?
Yeah, feel free to share pictures with us if you want to hold them up.
Huh?
Tell them what picture this is.
Yeah.
Tell them, and I'll put it in front of the camera, okay?
Yeah. Tell them. Do they know which one is me?
No, Mike, I'll show them.
Tell them. Ask them if they could pick me out.
It's too hard to see on the screen.
It's too late.
It's too hard for them to see the faces on the screen.
To see the picture?
Mm-hmm.
Where I am?
Yeah, look. See how small it is?
I see what you mean. Oh, I see, yeah.
So Mike is right here. He's the second one.
Oh, nice.
So that's
Let me
Mike.
put my finger out.
Yep, see him.
Move it to
When
me.
was this taken?
Move it that way.
This way?
That way. Now still.
You're not on that side.
I'm trying to see where I am.
Mike, you're on this side. Look. You're over here.
Yeah.
So it can't look at how I'm holding the picture. Look over here. You're looking at this side. You have to look at this side.
Oh.
All right. So now you can look.
Yeah. Yeah.
The second one. He's pointing right there.
No, where?
Nice.
There.
Yeah.
Where my finger is. See my finger?
Yes.
I see
That's
it.
me.
All right. So that's one of them. I can send you a picture of them after.
That was
Yeah.
Through the
Where
email,
was that
so-
one? Where was that
our
one
company.
taken?
We worked in gangs.
Mike, where was this taken?
In
There.
We got shipped to a place called Margaretville in New York, upstate New York, and from there, they sent part of us to a summer camp to work, to do work in a summer camp.
And that's where they took this picture?
And they took that in it was on the border of New York and Pennsylvania. I think the name was called Deposit. Deposit. It's a wonder I could remember all these.
Was that before you shipped out or after?
This
They
was,
broke us up to 4 companies.
Mike, what year was this picture taken?
In I think they took it in Masonville. Masonville, is it written there? A place called Masonville, summer camp, where we worked.
Yeah, Masonville.
Yeah,
It says Masonville.
yeah, we did some work there.
What year?
1939.
Yeah.
I remember this.
It says June 25th, 1939.
And I got discharged from the Navy, like I said, October 1943, I think, 45, October 45. That's when I got discharged. And I met my brother at home by coincidence again. Isn't that something?
You were destined to be together the whole war.
Oh, there's a lot of things we did that it's hard to remember now. I got photographs in uniform. They're all in the closet there.
Do you have any more to share with us?
Do you have any more pictures you want to share?
And maybe in the red album, I don't know. Look at
Red
it.
album.
The red album, I think.
This?
No, a big album. Big. See the white album? It was a red one.
Where is it?
See the white one there?
Yeah.
I think the one was a red one. I think it's in this closet, maybe.
While she's looking, can I ask you why you preferred the Navy to the Army?
Did you hear her, Mike?
Oh, that's for kids. They sent me that. I don't know.
Did you hear her?
No.
Can you repeat it for him?
Sure. How come you decided to enlist in the Navy instead of the Army?
Did you hear her?
Something about Navy and Army.
Why'd you pick the Navy instead of the Army?
Because, I forgot to say, when I was 17, I was working in New York, and I tried to join the Navy, and I lived with my mother then. My mother said, "No, I don't have any money to come home to. You have to support me." So I had to support my mother. No, it was a big red album. Look, it might be in. No, that's the 1800s. Is my mother she wouldn't sign. So when I became 17, I joined myself. I joined the Navy. And they gave us a check for $21, $30 a month. $20 a month we got. We got 20, and I sent $20 of them. No, we got $30 a month, and I sent 25 home every month. Kept for $5 to spend. Well, $5 at that time was, good chunk.
Good amount.
Good chunk of dough.
Yeah. Did you have any close friends that you made while you were serving in the Navy?
Did I what?
Did you make any close friends while you were serving in the Navy? Anyone you stayed in touch with after the war ended?
I got a job in the restaurant. I got a job in the restaurant, and I worked my way up. I started off in the kitchen making sandwiches and salads and things, and I worked my way up to being captain, to taking the reservations, taking orders, things like that from the customers.
Okay.
Mike,
I told you about the munitions.
did you make any friends while you were there?
Any what?
Friends
Where?
when you were in the Navy?
Oh yeah, my fellow Navy men, the mates, our mates. Did you find that red album? It's might be here. It's got to be.
You can
Yeah.
always send us pictures of the photos
You
at a
what?
later time.
Okay. Mike, we'll look for it later and then I'll send them a picture of it. Along with the other picture. Okay?
Did you show them the pictures in the book and the?
Well, no, I only showed her the picture, the group picture. Where's the other one?
There's a card there has one of the pictures.
This one?
Yeah, that's the one that has the big one.
Yeah.
And then I got single pictures late earlier, two single, right next to each other. Much earlier, about 50 years apart. Then they got a dedication, interview, things like that. I usually put a card in between so you could find it. So you could ask more questions if you want.
Yeah,
I can
absolutely.
remember.
You want to wait? Oh, okay.
So this was Mike, and then that was Mike when he was interviewed for this book.
Yeah, this was
Oh,
in the 30s. This was like 50 years later when we went mountain climbing. I went mountain climbing with the lady who wrote this book.
what book is that?
It's
She's in the front. Diane.
yeah, it's called Another Day, Another Dollar, the Civilian Conversation Corps in the Catskills by Diane Galusha.
And then she wrote some things in there.
I ain't gonna lie. Oh, people, they're crazy out here. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
So while you were serving, what was an average day like?
Say that one more time for him. Listen.
What while you were in the Navy, what was an average day like?
Average day?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, it could be, according to where you work, it could be red hot temperatures, like in the Pacific. It was hot 24 hours a day.
What about for you? What was it like for you? Like on a normal day, what did you do?
Well, little back work, lifting. lifting, things like that. Heavy boxes of ammunition down in the holes with it. Down in the holes where they had the bombs. We had to hook up the bombs. And that's too heavy for you. That's funny. I got a red album someplace.
We'll look for it after.
Could you also tell us what your highest rank was?
Did you hear her?
What?
Did you hear her?
What?
She asked if you can tell them what your highest rank was.
My highest rank. We didn't get much high rank. They put us in with one rank, and when you got overseas, they gave you a promotion. One rank.
What was it called?
Like chief petty officer. Chief petty officer had the different stripes, different amount of stripes. I just had two, like a corporal in the army. I was equal to what corporal in the army.
So, what did they call you?
What they call me?
Yeah, since you had the two stripes.
Just corporal. No, not corporal. That was army. CPO, but I wasn't CPO. CPO had that. CPO had a cap, and they were like a sergeant in the army. CPO.
Do you think that you enjoyed your time in service? Did you enjoy your time in service?
Yeah, I could hear good. Not good, but
Did you hear what she asked you?
no.
Did you enjoy your time in service?
My time?
Did you enjoy being in the Navy?
Did I enjoy? When I was on leave, like in California, being the movie actors and things like that. But not while you're working. You worked hard. You worked hard. I had a lot of muscles then. Now I got flesh.
Is there anything else you would like us to know that you would like to share? Is there
Say
anything
that
else you'd like to share with us?
Anything to share with you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was a pleasure relating all my experiences with you. I might have, due to not remembering, but things come back to you little by little. But most of the things the ones that I enjoy, like meeting my brothers and by surprise and coincidences, I got a lot of pictures in the Navy someplace.
Yeah, you can definitely share those with us later. But we just want to thank you so much for taking time to speak with us today.
There's no red album here.
No. Do you hear Jillian?
Did I what?
Did you hear Jillian?
I just wanted to thank you for taking time to speak with us today. We really appreciate it.
I'm planning to,
No, we thank you.
She's just saying thank you for letting them do the interview with you and for you answering their questions.
well, I, I still have a habit of saying things, but not all good.
Oh my god.
You know, the language you like, and with your pals. You know.
Well, they're saying thank you. They said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It was a pleasure. But
Yes,
do you expect more?
this was great. Unless you have anything else you want to share, this was
Was
wonderful.
it interesting?
Very, yes.
Was?
I liked hearing about you running into your brother everywhere.
But I was hopeful to try to make things of interest, you know, not be dull.
Definitely not dull.
Yeah. I don't want to say it out loud.
All right.
My pal here, without her, it would be dull without Shauna.
Well, we thank Shauna too for
Oh, no.
helping out.
The other people were not bad. You know, we got one comes around with the guitar, sings to us. You know,
He's talking about the recreational staff.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I will stop the recording now.